So, no more thank you. So today is the last occasion for this the month of the session. Then I would like to just mention about what the Jinen Roshi teachers. Today's take is 81. The title says work, and the subtitle is to serve. Okay, doesn't matter. So, what are the teachers here? When you are working on a task, you see, or you may say, when you do a zazen, when you do any kind of activity, exactly the same as there, nothing different. When you do a zazen, when you work something, the activity itself is exactly the same. What the same is, what the same activity is without what you think about the self or ego. See, you can do that without the self, You can work some kind of things without the self. This is a fundamental reality. So, if you can do this way, if you can do, so you don't. If you can do this, you never have any trouble. See, because there is no one. There is no one intervening with what you're doing. But unfortunately, as far as what we think about the human or the man are concerned, always some kind of the self just enter or intervene. So this causes us trouble. This causes question. No? So this is excuse me. So this reality we have to really think of. See, without self, without what we are thinking about the self or ego, we can do everything. Without self. What people are thinking about, we can do everything with what we think about self. This is an entire misunderstanding. Without self, without what we think about self or ego, we can do it. What we are doing right now. We are doing right now without self. Hi. This is a realization. This is a realization of the Shakyamuni Buddhas. So when you are working on a task, do you ever feel that you are somehow being used by someone or doing someone else's work? So what people just always thinking about is why I have to do this kind of job, kind of work for that kind of person. That kind of person. See? So that we are really honestly do our best to do so we always some kind of others just come out, and then you always the kind of confusion. You have a kind of confusion. Why I have to do this kind of things for that kind of person that's in this. So you never be able to do your best. See, this is our troubled question. So when you are working on a task, do you ever feel that you are somehow being used by someone who are doing someone else's work? Yeah, this causes trouble. So when you are in the middle of working on something, it is just that. Strangely enough, that is why there is a way of being or living where you don't feel that you are being used by others at all. This is true. this is true thing. So this is true reality. Oh, this is a reality. See, when you face this, see, we simply when you face it, you simply just become agitated. See, there is nothing indication of what you're thinking about yourself or even just exactly as it is. One, when you work something, you see, you just become work itself. In other words, you just become activity itself. That is one. Then you just recognize the kind of activity, kind of work. Then kind of separation just happens. Then you may say, oh, why I have to do this this kind of thing for that person or whatever just happens. That's later. That is another reality. Reality is we simply just become activities itself or action itself. So there is no separation. This is a reality. So what Yen was just mentioned, the teachers or something like that. When you are in the middle of working on something, it is just that. It is just as it is. See, there is no separation. There is no separation between what you think about yourself and the kind of work or kind of job. See, one. So nothing happened. Then you recognize these circumstances or this state, and then kind of separation just occurs between the job or work and what you think about yourself. And you just try to just think about why I have to do so and so, and then you be confused. It's called your trouble question. See, simply we just become agitated. You see, this one never cause you any trouble. Never cause you any trouble. See, this advantage is a first always. Then you recognize what we are doing. See, that's late. That's late. Before recognition, nothing happened as it is. Nothing happened. So we don't have any trouble. We don't have any question because we don't know much about what's going on. This is the reality. So this reality we have to realize that while you are in this state, while you are in this state, you will be aware of things as they are. See, as I just mentioned, exactly when when you are acting something, you don't know much about what you are doing because you are completely as what you are doing. See, one. You don't know much about what you are doing. See, then you just recognize. Then you just recognize what you're doing. Then the separation, discretion just happened, and then the job of work and the yourselves are completely separate by thinking and self, thinking of self. That's late. That's late. Before recognition, you don't know much about what you are doing. This is the truth. This is the reality. What we are doing right now. So while you are in this state, see, you will be aware of things as they are, exactly as it is, as they are. So as I just mentioned, but there is no separation between the things and what you think about yourself. Okay, this is very important. This is very important. We are completely deceived by the thinking and so. So things are simply as they are. It is a great salvation. Yes, exactly. It is exactly that's great salvation because see, you never have any trouble, question, problem, cause one. This is a great salvation for human beings. See? Other people just think about why this kind of the problem thinking are just occurs. That's the rating. Before recognition, nothing happened. This is a great salvation, great salvation for human being. See, that's reason. That's why you have to just do nothing. And as I just always mentioned, the more you just do nothing, see, the more you just become as you face. See, eventually, there is no separation between this and this, this and this. This experience, only once is enough. We have to realize it. Otherwise, what you think about the question, trouble, problem, never just release from you, released from you, or separated from you. Okay. It is a great salvation. So the people really want to have this salvation. But you can do by yourself. You can do by yourself. You don't need to have someone to just surrender. You can do by yourself. This is Zazen. This is Zazen. Simply just sit. Guys, may you see, one square meter space is in that, 1 square meter is over half of space, maybe enough. Then simply said, then what you have to do, what you will do is see whatever the thinking or thought come out in your mind. Simply release them as they. This is totally enough. This is totally enough. See? If you have any question or doubt, simply just send the email to me and ask. I'll be able to answer whatever you just question. And then you just continue, just say, as I just answered. And the more you just do that, the more you just become as it is. See, this is that. If you can do it, that will be fine. When you leave behind human thinking, you can never be lost, even if you want to. See, very, very great. See, even you just want to be confused. If you are confused, you'll never be able to confuse because one. See, positive. See, nothing happened. What you think about others, nothing happened. Just as it is. So one itself. See, itself never be confused by itself. Because itself. See? And itself never be able to just recognize what itself is. It's not necessary. See? Because itself. That's much. See, oneness itself is a certainty. See? Nothing other things never happen. Just as it is. Always as it is. So you never have any trouble. You never be confused with this state or this circumstances. Just as it is. You never have any trouble. So when you leave behind human thinking, you can never be lost because as it is, always as it is, always oneness. Oneness. Right. Oneness never have any. Oneness never because oneness never cause you any trouble, question at all. Okay. The way is complete. The way is complete. That much is clear. See, as the Zen Master Jinen teaches, see? Our true self is complete in the universe. That's it. See, complete in the universe. We never be confused at all. Because complete and the universe. So complete and the universe. That is our true self. So we have to make sure. We have the things that we have to make sure that, so that even you just understand what the Shakyamuni Buddha already, she just teaches. See. That is not enough. See? That is still within concept, within thinking or thought. So as far as the concept or thinking or thought, there is certain separation between the things between things 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 being recognized and the person who just recognized. There is certain separation. That's why you never be you never be able to realize who you are. You never be you'll be able to realize who you are. Our true self is just as it is, oneness. Oneness. So, the way is complete. That's much is clear. So it's clear. It's always clear. When I face this, simply hesitate without being unclear. Always clear. Always clear. Just like as I face, just like as I face this, there is no gap. There is no gap between the things and what we think about ourselves. That's much the reality. That's much reality is very clear. See, without any trouble, question, problem. Yeah, that's much clear. The term living day by day may not seem ideal. See, this is I don't know much about what you think about living day by day. But for Japanese, this explanation, this expression is very much clear, very much understandable. Yeah. But for Japanese people, living day by day is a kind of poor person just live today. Yeah, and the next day just live today. But so the people, this kind of people never just think about a week later, a week later, a month later, a year later, always today, always. Why? Because of financial circumstances. As well as rich person, he or she will be able to think about how we create a year later. That's kind of person. Never be able to never be able to afford to think about a week later. That's a year. The thing is, as far as our true self is concerned, as far as our true self is concerned, the living day by day is a very, very good. As far as our practice is concerned, day by day, living day by day is a very nice, good situation for practicing. Then, so you don't need to think about, you don't need to think about a week later, years later. See, that's totally useless as far as the practicing is concerned. Right now is all right. Right now, here is totally enough. See, so the term living day by day may not seem ideal, but it's the most wonderful, right? See, we don't need to think about the past or future. Right now, it's totally enough. But what people just think about the past and the future all the time, it's causing you the trouble, question. See, what we can do is only we can live right now, right here. Always right now, right here. So that that's easy. We don't need to think about the past or the future. Even what you think about the present, present is another truth. See, present is still within thinking or thought. The reality is as it is, as it is, as it is. This is reality. So that's the reason the Zen Roshi just teaches. See, living day by day, as far as our practice because it's good. Then to be more precise, yes, this is to be more precise in terms of time, we can call it living in the moment. This is if you can be this way, this state, so you'll be able to accomplish your practice. You see, this is very important. See, we living in the moment. Living in the moment is something. This is our true way of living. True living. This way, only this. Just see. This is very important. So the more you just release the thinking of thought, see, as the more you just become the moment by moment, more. But this moment is a so swiftly change, so swiftly change. So even just what you the human thinking also never follow, never change. This as I just mentioned as I just mentioned before, this quick the changing is the 10,000 changing in a second. 10,000 changing, 10,000 changing in a second. That's totally unbelievable changing. Right now. So we never be able to just follow or change this changing by thinking also impossible. That's the reason we just forget about thinking also, just release thinking about it. Even you just try to do what's going on here, it's impossible to understand in concept. It's totally impossible. That's the reason the Shakyamuni Buddha or the patriarchs who just realized the truth. The teachers just forget about the thinking of self. What we think about the thinking of self is totally useless. Totally useless. For this such a unbelievable switch at the changing. Just forget about it. Then what's happening? You simply forget about the thinking of thought. You totally become, see, as it is. See, in other words, you completely chase you can just completely change with this change. See, when I face this, see, exercise just become as it is. See? There is no gap. See, this one is another what you think about the human body. This one is the Dharma body. This Dharma body completely change, completely match with this unbelievable switch changing. See, no gap. Also, there is the 10,000 changing in a second. So, but this now would completely this follow or change will become this unbelievable switch changing. This one is so huge, so huge. So we don't need to worry about. We don't need to worry about because this one completely belongs yourself. This one is completely belong. This one is completely yourself. Excuse me. Okay. We can call it living in the moment. Living in the moment is living as it is. As it is. 10,000 changing in a second is our true self. So totally different from what we are thinking about the self or ego. Our true self is totally different. Yes, living as it is, without carrying any baggage of one's death. So you see, even you just start to just carry any kind of baggage. See, you never be able to do it because 10,000 changing in a moment, in a second. That's much unbelievable switch changing. So that with this the switch changing, what you think about the self or you never end, never existing. So that's much this changing is so sweet, unbelievable changing. So what you think about the self or you never end. Never enter this change. So you may be able to understand. Maybe what we thinking about the self never exists. Maybe. Then if you think about this, then you just simply do it as a see. Then eventually you'll be able to, eventually you'll be able to just realize what you think about the self, the ego never exists. Never exists. Right now, here, I'm very, very congratulations. Okay. However, you will say, I can't do that. See, what people think about that much kind of things about, I never be able to do it, but never worried about it. But there is one thing that I would like you to examine carefully. You have to examine these things. We cannot go back to the path. We cannot go back to the path. See? But unfortunately, what people think about still kind of past, still somewhere remains. somewhere left. Past, that's a creation of a thinking of a thought. That's a delusion. See, past completely, what you think about the past completely disappear. Nothing left at all. And also future. See, future never exists at all. Even just the kind of thinking that's goes on with as a future. That's a creation of thinking or delusion. Future never exists. The things is as it is. Things is as it is. But these things, as I just mentioned, so swiftly just changing. You see, so that you thinking about, you see, you just totally misunderstand that still a kind of a past or future exists somewhere else. But that's only just happening in your mind. Only anywhere. Nothing concerned with what's going on right around, right here. See? Only things just the past or future that's happening in your mind. Nothing concerned with what we are doing right now. Right here. Never be deceived by the thinking of us. So things is just as it is. This is a true existence. Right. Where is it? Here it is. We cannot go back to the past, nor can we go forward in the future. And definitely we cannot do it. But right now, right here. That's creation, future, past, and future, as I just mentioned. That's a creation of thinking. So never existed at all. We are already living precisely in the moment. This is a reality. We are already living precisely in the moment. Already precisely in the moment. We exist. We exist. Because we are living in the moment. See, as I mentioned, such a swift changing, but every moment, in a second, 10,000 changing in a moment, in a second. That's swift changing. We are just living. That's the reason. We never be recognized the things going on by your thinking was totally impossible. Saying this in another word, what I may be able to say is things we are just living we are just living without awareness. And this is the true ourselves and the reality. This is the reality. But people know much about people can know much about what's going on. That's a total delusion. Very unfortunate. That is totally delusion. Before as I already mentioned, before recognition, there is nothing exists. There is nothing exists. then you just recognize that. Then this kind of the separation, kind of separation happen between days and days. Then when you just recognize this, at the same time you just recognize this. Otherwise you cannot recognize anything. Then total misunderstanding happens. People just think about this one is what you think about the self or ego, I. Then that is the others. See, this is totally misunderstanding. See? Even just you recognize this and this, but the reality is still no separation. Still no separation between this and this. One. Always one. Always one. So we're not gonna have any program for question or trouble because always one being have such a trouble or such a suffering. Any other animals never just have. They have the sentient being never have any trouble. Only human being have a trouble because of the function of recognition. See, we are totally deceived by this function, recognition or consciousness. See, or any other animals or plant never have any trouble. only human being. That the realization of the Shakyamuni Buddha. So that the Zen Master Jinen, that's a teacher. If you just realize who you are, so simply just the release, simply just release the thinking or thought as the thing. This is totally enough. This is Zazen. Then you'll be able to encounter to yourself. Only Zazen, only this you can just encounter to yourself. This to your true self is so huge, huge, uncountable. We are already living precisely in the moment. Because we are living in the moment. Our eyes only see what is in front of them. See, always as it is. Always nothing happened. Anything. Nothing else. Just as it is. Always the eyes just see in front of what are this one just facing. Always. This is totally enough. This is totally enough. Our eyes only see what is in front of them at that time. Always at that time. And this time, just face it as it is. See? Then this activity, and everything just end. Simply end. Without things left at all. Just as it is. When I feel this, I totally just become as it is. And when I face this, I saw just before completely disappear, just become as it is. Nothing left. But the things I just face right now, nothing left. When I see it, I just sort of become as it first time. First time, what people think about, okay, I said, this thing just come out. This is the misunderstanding of the memorization. Memory. See, you just memorize this one. See, what you just saw or faced before you just memorize it. Then when you see this, you just totally or simply just become as it is. These things you just faced before completely disappear. Completely disappear. Then when you face this, again, I face this. But that's a total misunderstanding. You just simply memorize what you face. See, in your mind. Then when you face this again, you face this is a total misunderstanding. The things you just faced before is totally disappeared. This is a new one, fresh one, always. See, people never, it's very, people how do they understand this reality? That's the reason that people just recognize past, present, and future. You see? But the reality is always right now, right? See? Nothing concerns the past or future or even present. Always right now, right here. That's it. Right. Our eyes only see what is in front of them at that time. See? What direction is the eyes? Eye is a condition of our eye. Yeah. Always as it is. See, the five senses just work this way. So the five senses, nothing concerned with past, present, or future, but as it is. Even thinking or thought, or the consciousness, or the cognition. Yeah, exactly same with the five senses, the rest of five senses. See? When I face this, at the same time, kind of thinking or thought just come out without any reason. Without any reason. People don't know much about this. That's the reason we have to just do that. Without any reason. When I feel this, I kind of, this is mother, just a Japanese mother. This is a window. It's a kind of door. See, that kind of thinking just come on without any reason. Without what you're thinking about the self or ego. Simply just come on. See, these things we have to just realize. See? Otherwise, we are totally just deceived by or fooled by thinking also. Unfortunately. See? Without self, the thinking and the thinking or the thoughts just come on. Without self, or without reason. This is a reality. That's a Shakyamuni Buddha's realization. So that there is nothing concerned with what we think about the self ego. So these things we have to realize. If we just realize this truth, reality truth. You have to do as others. All these others, all these others can bring you out this the reality, this truth, all these others. So that at the first time, we have to realize this. And then once you realize this, you'll be able to be completely satisfied with everything, anything. And you feel so great, great. Then you can do anything as you want to without any trouble question. This is the most valuable, most wonderful the activity action we can do. So this is the reason why this is the reason why the Shakyamuni Buddha or the Patriarch Alex just recommended us to do that. That's it. Okay. So very fortunately, unfortunately, the Dharma talk in this with this session just end this time, so that one month absent, then we'll be able to meet each other again. But things what I just want to ask you is whenever you're free, simply just sit. The only setting you'll be just able to just encounter to yourself. Nobody knows it takes you such a time, but see, diligently we have to do that. This is only one chance to realize this truth. See, within our life, this is the most valuable and the most valuable and wonderful aspect for us to do. Hi, thank you so much. See you next month.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Roshi.
Thank you. ありがとうございます。Merci beaucoup.